I was like, why are you so obsessed with me?
I love you, Moody.
This video discusses allegations involving sensitive topics. All individuals mentioned are presumed innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law. The content presented is for informational and educational purposes only and does not intend to defame, harass, or harm any individual. Any names, images, or situations are either publicly available, used under fair use, or have been altered to protect privacy. This video does not promote or condone illegal behavior. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Alright, so why am I making this video? Why is this topic being brought up? Who am I talking about and what's happening? I'll explain and showcase everything in this video. I want you guys to listen carefully to fully understand this situation. So, who am I talking about and what happened to him? I'm talking about Pirun Case. He's a well-known player within the PC community of GTA. You may know him from his crew, or you might have seen him on YouTube in a couple RIP videos. Today we'll be talking about a subject non-related to GTA. The subject we'll be talking about are the accusations and allegations made against Pirun. I'm making this video after I've seen this video from this YouTuber right here. I'm fully with the creator on how he named his title. It's actually scary to see the amount of adults trying to get in contact with cupcakes within this community alone. Now let me start from the beginning. You might be wondering on who I am regarding to Pirun and what my relationship with this guy was. It all started when me and Peaceful Lemon met. Pirun was one of Lemon's GTA friends, and whenever me and Lemon met, I got introduced to Pirun. I never was close with Pirun. He was just there existing. We had multiple in-game related conversations and group chats we shared, but that's about it. Now let's dive into this subject related to Pirun. I noticed this video getting shared in one of the Discord groups that I'm in. I got tagged and one of my friends told me to watch the video made on Pirun. I decided to watch the video, and not even a few minutes in, I was exposed to the wildest messages. The most disgustful messages a human could possibly send to one another, especially to cupcakes. Here's a few examples of those disgusting messages I've seen within that video that got made on Pirun. I'm genuinely shocked. I decided to contact Pirun right away to ask him if all of this was true. I informed everything regarding to Pirun to Lemon as well. We started questioning Pirun on everything that was being mentioned within that video that got made on him. I had a 3.5-hour long conversation asking questions to Pirun together with Lemon. These 3.5 hours were incredibly boring, I might say. Me and Lemon basically parenting Pirun while he was acting up like a whole child himself. Whenever we questioned him, Pirun decided to ignore us and he rathered talking about GTA online. I'll show you guys a few screenshots regarding to the conversation me and Peaceful Lemon had together with Pirun. Look at the time, 1:06 a.m. I started asking Pirun on what happened. Pirun started getting defensive right away and said that all of it was pathetic and fake. While Peaceful Lemon is trying to advise him, Pirun loses it and starts talking about GTA instead. He kept on claiming all of it was fake. The entire convo we had with him for 3.5 hours straight. Whenever we asked for proof, he started to get childish again. Just for your information, Pirun claims he's able to defend himself and that he has full proof against the accusations made against him. He's just too lazy to speak up like a man. He'd rather bitch about it. Here's one out of the hundreds of brain-dead screenshots I took from the convo between us and Pirun. Pirun is actually mentally challenged at this point. You really can't have serious conversations with this dude. Only when it's GTA or Discord related he's interested. I don't feel bad for people like Pirun, I must say. They all do it themselves. They're fully aware of what's being said and done, yet they decide to act dumb. I'm stating the fact in this screenshot right here that both me and Lemon won't and simply can't continue our contact with Pirun if he doesn't come up with proof or anything to clarify himself. He continued talking about GTA, of course. In the following screenshots, I'm showcasing the laziness of Pirun. Peaceful Lemon even told himself that the fact he's not bothered by it is the problem. He has all the so-called proof, yet he still decides to not clarify himself. And right here is a screenshot of Pirun saying he's able to proof everything. Now there's this guy Zarifi. I don't know if this is true, but I think people from the PC community are able to verify this. Zarifi used to cosplay a minor girl on social media to gain attention from dudes in game and off game. I'm talking about Zarifi simply because Pirun wanted to involve him. The YouTuber that uploaded Pirun a couple of days ago had chats of Pirun and Zarifi included. Here's one of those screenshots between Pirun and Zarifi. These are two grown men, by the way. Now both Pirun and Zarifi claimed these chats were out of context, but I have my doubts. No proof from both Pirun and Zarifi was shown. Zarifi came up with a BS excuse about the fact that it were old chats, and the fact they couldn't proof it no more, since the chats were too old. They claimed it was trolling, but all I can see is two grown-ass men going heavy on each other's mental illness. Now read this carefully and see how Zarifi starts tweaking out. Yeah. According to Zarifi, you must be known in this community to help one another. I introduced myself in the beginning of the convo, but he missed it. Right at the end of the conversation, I let him know who I was again. He deleted me right after saying he's the best sniper. He's a complete bot, by the way. It's disturbing how both Pirun and Zarifi ignore everything both me and Lemon mention. They'd rather talk about GTA and Goon all day. Brain fried, I must say. I also messaged Istura about the situation because Istura and Pirun are really good friends. Istura and Pirun always talk together on Discord and even play together in GTA Online. I've asked him if he knew more about the Pirun situation, but he didn't answer. I wonder why. Now in that screenshot of me talking to Istura before, you might have noticed me talking about Pirun having a relationship with an iPhone 14. Pirun told me and Lemon he was 17 at the time and turned 18. 1 month after his birthday, the cupcake decided to break up with him. Reasons from Pirun's side were left out. Here's a screenshot confirming Pirun saying this. Anyways, I think it's time for me to speak out about it. This rules for both me and Peaceful Lemon. We tried talking to both Pirun and Zarifi. We kept on asking them for proofs, but they decided to ignore us and talk about GTA instead. This alone shows you the capacity of these guys. Sad to see people like them are being this fragile. Pirun acts like he's some sort of villain, yet he's so sensitive and everybody knows it. Both me and Peaceful Lemon decided to delete Pirun and stop our contact with him until he proves himself to everybody. We can't sit here accepting the things he said and did on Discord. Me and Lemon are human beings, not brain-fried bots. Here's a screenshot of us still texting with Pirun at 7 a.m. in the morning. While all this was going on, Pirun was puffing in bed while I made myself breakfast, showered, and went to the gym. I think it's pretty clear now. Once again, both me and Peaceful Lemon broke contact with him until he decides to proof everybody wrong. This wasn't a usual DYG video. I'm apologizing for that, but this had to be done. I'll see you guys in the next one.